Sorensen. I'll be telling you about ICWA and the challenges along the way. There are many challenges throughout history, from ancient times to today, some of which are big things or little things, catastrophic or minuscule. It just takes one fact to let it be decided whether or not it should be categorized into a big or little situation, which is who matters or who it affects. Looking back on the history, there have always been certain people that decided what mattered in our world and what made decisions based on their views and their views alone. Fast forward to today, we have a much broader outlook on life and have a lot more consideration for others and what affects them. ICWA, for instance, did not exist until 1978. Before that, our children were forced into boarding schools. The settlers and government had taken Native American children from their homes and ripped them away from their families, communities, and culture. For centuries, our people were forced to live like this, and for generations, we were not able to fight back. The ones who did were treated harshly or did not survive. As the world changed around us, so did people's compassion for others, which helped spread awareness of the ongoing battle for our children. Terry Smith was one of the sources for that. It may seem like the Indian Child Welfare Act has been around for a very long time, but in reality, it has only been enforced for 46 years. Most people think ICWA came to be around 100 years, and that boarding schools were a thing of the past, which could not be further from the truth. Trauma stays, and it is passed on from one generation to another, trickling down from parent to child. There are many known life situations of Native American children who were taken and later developed a struggle with self-identity. They lost their connection to their culture, family, and communities, which forced them to have a total detachment to who they are and where they come from, leaving them feeling empty and alone. Most of the children that have gone into the system after ICWA was put in place have had a better chance at staying around their environments, growing up to know who they are, and having a deeper connection to themselves. Although the law is enforced throughout the 50 states, it does not mean they are always involved. There are some situations as to where ICWA decides not to intervene in a court case if it benefits the child to keep them in the household they are in during foster care and the parents lose their rights. Even though this law was created to help Native American children stay in their own communities, it does face a lot of challenges with certain courts, which is from child law practice. Some of which do not follow ICWA law fully, or they work around them. There are many court cases as to where a state was in trouble for trying to adopt out a Native American child without following protocol. In 2023, the U.S. Supreme Court ruled in favor 7-2, deciding to keep the law as it showed the constitutionality of ICWA after non-Native American adoptive parents, and several states challenged it. The source for that was Linda Elrod. There is a lot of evidence showing that the ICWA law has been challenged, and many who have tried to abolish the law just by the fact of trying to keep equality, ignoring the fact of keeping Native American children safe. Some children who were taken before ICWA was created have told their stories of growing up without their families and how they were placed with specific groups. Terry Smith tells us about Jamie Nelson and how he was taken from his family at a young age and was placed and adopted by a couple from the Deep South, as he calls it. The couple was 50 years older than him and were openly racist towards others of a different skin color from their own. Jamie speaks about how it was growing up not knowing anyone from his family, telling about how his adoptive family questioned his own race, comparing his skin color to Mexican descendants, and claiming he was wasn't Native American at all, or as they would call him, their little Indian boy, while parading him around like most people did after adopting a Native American child. Jamie had said the consequences for us not having perfection, not being angelic, is that they would take us, take our babies and place them into very specific home types. He continues saying that the part I don't think really hits folks, like if you have a dysfunctional, you know how the eastern seaboard is hit with an opioid crisis, and it's largely built around white folks that have that issue, right? Like, if they were taking white children and placing them specifically into Native American homes, that shit would not fly for very long before people understood and noticed it, and it became a crisis, right? He explained. But it was the other way around. Like, it didn't matter. It didn't matter until it mattered. It just kept going, and they kept kind of creating remixes of how they were going to take us out of the homes. Like the boarding school thing was, okay, we can't do that, but hey, guess what? We got this other way of doing it, was his outlook on the situation. Jamie had made a statement that shows the truth in the matter of ICWA. He had said, you can't say ICWA without saying boarding schools. You can't say boarding schools without genocide. And it all connects, and that's the really difficult thing to convey to people. Ooh, sorry. Lost my place. So in conclusion to the ICWA law, though challenges occurred, some people still have that old way of thinking and one point of view. Throughout those challenges, ICWA is still and always will fight for our Native American children's rights, because every child matters.
Thank you.